Hello, hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome. Come on in. Here is another pick a card reading here on the channel. If you're new, hi, my name is ADIE, and I will be your tarot reader today, your little tarot bestie. We're going to get into this reading here. We're going to do a piled selection. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 3 piles to choose from. We are diving in to the energy of your person in mind. So get your person in mind, okay? We're going to dive into what is happening behind closed door. What are they plotting? What are they scheming? This is a perfect reading if you're wondering if somebody is out to get you. What are they plotting behind closed doors? Now, we're not going to go from 0 to 100, okay, with this reading. If you've ever wanted to know if somebody has done witchcraft on you, because again, this is timeless, so tap into whatever timeline, whatever time era, you know, it could be present, it could be past, whatever, okay? It's an energy. All right, if you wanted to know if somebody was doing witchcraft on you, if they were plotting to sabotage you in some type of way, if they're trying to basically come against you, okay? We're going to tap into that energy, but we're not going to go from 0 to 100, okay? We're going to tap into the energy of how they feel towards you, okay? We're also going to then tap into the energy of what they're doing behind closed doors. What's going on in their life that you cannot see, if it involves you. And then we will see if they're plotting anything against you, because not everybody, you know, goes to the altar, starts lighting candles, goes to that lady, you know, to get shit done. You know, it might be just some other type of energy, but we're going to get into it, okay? Because not everybody is doing witchcraft. Not everybody is trying to sabotage, okay? Sorry. Ari, I don't know how he's learning to open my doors, but he is my alien cat. He's like somehow opening my doors. Okay, so we're about to tap in. Okay, so get your energy right, okay? Because we're going to do a card selection with this reading. I hope you guys are doing great. Before we get into this card selection, I do want to mention that our next candle burn is coming up. It is a road clearing, road opening, portal jumping, timeline hopping kind of ritual. Okay, this is happening on the 18th. It's coming up pretty quick. So if you want to join in on this ritual, go ahead and go to the Stand Store and read the description. This is all about clearing, paving the way on this current timeline that we're on and making the leap, quantum leaping into the next timeline that is preferable for you. So if you want to clear the roads for success, for good health, for money, for love, for healing, I got us a rainbow candle so that we can touch base on any energy that you guys want to clear the roads on. Okay, so if you want to get on this with this ritual, it's happening on the 18th. Go to the Stand Store, read the description, and see if you are, you know, if it's your cup of tea. All right, and join us. It's happening on the 18th. All right. And then we also have a destiny swapping, and I really probably need to mention it in this video because this is kind of like, I already feel there's some type of energy here with destiny swapping in these piles. They're not even on the table yet. But I am doing a destiny swapping curse breaker. At the end of this month, that's happening on the 31st of January. That's also on the Stand Store if you want to look at that to see if that's your cup of tea as well. We are getting into that on the 31st. That's all about breaking the curse on yourself because there's, you know, really nobody can take your destiny, baby. Nobody can take that is destined for you. So when we bring destiny swap or even identity, nobody can take that from you. Nobody can slip into your skin. What they can do is trick you out of your spot. You know, trick yourself out your spot. So it's a curse on the crown chakra, on the third eye, and the solar plexus. I think I'm focusing on the crown and the solar plexus with this ritual that's coming up on the 31st. So check that out too if you guys are interested, okay? But let's get into this card selection. Okay. Good shuffle. And let's get our 3 piles. Like I said, we're going to tap into the energy. So these cards here are going to be the energy that they feel for you currently right now or during that time that you're checking into. Because remember, I told you, this is timeless. Tap into any energy, any time era. If you've wanted to know what they were plotting, if that was what they did, if they were the cause, okay, that type of energy. Spirit really made sure to emphasize that this is going to be timeless. So even if this was like a year ago, 2 years ago, you really wanted to know, like, were they talking shit? Were they plotting things behind closed doors? This is why this happened to me. This would also be a good reading for you to tap into. Okay, so let's get into... Okay, Spirit told me this is pile 2. Interesting. I've never done this before. Okay, let's do the next pile. I've never done this before. I always get it prepared. So this is interesting. I love it. Let me see, make sure you guys can see it. Okay. You know, I got my friends here, my crystals. So this is pile 1. Okay. And pile number 3 is jumping out already. Should we do crystals? Should we put crystals on top since they're here? I think they want to join. I think they really want to add some energy in. So, sorry, I'm being very particular. See, this is why I don't do this. Okay, pile 3. Okay. Put this aside because I will not be... Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll use it. Okay. So here are the 3 piles. Let's, you know, you could choose from your card. Then I'll put, maybe I'll do, yeah, I'll put crystals. I'll put crystals. All right, I'm going to add the crystals right now for you guys. We have number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's do this red agate for number 1. I love this stone. So beautiful. This actually has carnelian in it as well. This red agate. Okay. Let's do a tiger eye stone for number 2. Ooh, I'm just feeling orange. Orange energy. So let's do a carnelian. Ooh, let's do this one. Let's do a carnelian for number 3. Okay, so there we go. Those are our card selections. These are going to let you know how they're currently, like the energy that they are currently in when it comes to you, okay, in this whole situation. All right, so go ahead and zone in to the pile that is resonating with you, and I will see you at your reading. All right, number 1, welcome. Let's tap in and let's see your person. You guys picked the red agate, number 1 pile. What am I getting off of this stone? You know I gotta always get it extra. They're friends. They're here for us to help facilitate energy, to help us process, integrate energies, heal us. You know, I feel like with this being like a grounding stone, the stone is very about being grounded. You know, there's a grounding kind of energy that's coming off this stone. So I really feel like there's something about where you stand on how this person is feeling, like where you're currently standing right now, possibly in the connection or maybe in your life. They have some type of feeling about it. But I'm also hearing like, hold your ground. You got to hold your ground. There's something about that. Holding your ground. Like this could also be like what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing is like, they're trying to shake the ground beneath you. Okay. But this is about balance. This is about feeling balanced and grounded in where you stand. Okay. But let's see how they're feeling about you. But I had this one right here. Okay. Let's see, we have the 3 of Cups, We have the Four of Swords, and we have the High Priestess. Okay. Currently at this time, or the time that you're checking in on them, they are feeling very disconnected from you. They feel very disconnected. There was a time where things felt very good, felt very like celebratory, like good, joyous friendship. They felt very connected to you at one point with the Three of Cups being here. But there could have been like a third party kind of situation that happened. Somebody else got involved possibly, and it caused the connection to become, let me make sure that the cards are in there. Okay. It caused the connection to kind of come to a halt, where there was lots of truth that was revealed. And so right now, currently, they feel like there's like there's resting upon a truth that they necessarily do not want other people to see. There's this energy of, they feel very like there's this mystery about you, and that you're not revealing everything, that you could have went silent. They necessarily do not enjoy this. There's like this truth that is between y'all. They're realizing and feeling that there's like this truth that they didn't really want to be exposed, that kind of killed the joy, killed the friendship, killed the love, killed the happy vibes. It brought the celebratory energy to a halt, to an end, or to a pause. And now they're just kind of like surrounded by this truth that they have no other option but to rest upon it. You know, with the Four of Swords, this person is resting upon some truth. They're meditating on it. So there could be, you know, they feel like they have to kind of like think this through and process this, you know, and they don't necessarily want other people to know it. Okay, so but what they feel about you is that you have become very distant. There has been truth that you are resting on as well. They feel that you're happy though. Like, yes, there is this, you know, core, I want to say core memory. There's like core memories. There's like certain things they feel that, you know, you have come to know, you have discovered, you just know, right? With the High Priestess energy, this could be like, there wasn't much evidence maybe in the physical, but we about to get into it today. Okay, we about to see it today. And again, this is just still High Priestess energy, right? But they know that you know, like there's this energy of like you knowing something, and it doesn't really matter. Like the High Priestess, she doesn't need outside validation. She has this validation that comes from spirit, from her guides, from, you know, from her internal guidance system, you know, her intuition. And so you have come to know something about them that they've kept hidden, and you're resting upon it. It is like a fundamental truth for you, and it's caused you to, you know, disconnect. But they also see that you're happy, and there's things that you're celebrating in life, but you're also keeping it a secret. You could be very secretive right now. They feel like you're being very secretive, very distant, and you are possibly having a good time with the people that are around you. Okay, so they're currently feeling, and Spirit told me that I might need to pull more cards. So let me use this deck to continue with this energy of how they're currently feeling about you. You know, they want to work things out with the Eight of Coins. They also see you working diligently on yourself. Possibly you've worked hard, and now there's some type of celebratory energy that's going on in your life. But how they feel towards you is that they want to work things out. They also want to know, like, they don't want to just, they could also be using their smarts, like their intuition, like, oh, they must know. Like, I want to say that, like, they must know, you know, because there doesn't feel like there's a lot of communication here with the Four of Swords here. So they just like know that you know, right? But they want to work on things. They want to perfect this connection. You know, with the Eight of Coins, this is like how they feel towards you. Okay. But they're just like, there's this mystery. There's not everything is revealed right now. with the Sun, they feel like you are someone who makes them happy. You know, you make them happy. They don't necessarily like to be disconnected from you. And that it's such a mystery. Like your life, your feelings, even your thoughts are a mystery to this person. You're not communicating anything to them. You're not communicating anything to them. Okay? Ten of Swords. They feel betrayed by this. They feel betrayed. Let me make sure it's, yeah, okay. Ten of Swords. They feel very betrayed. They feel very betrayed. Mainly because this is a connection that they felt that gave them life with the Sun. You know, it made them very happy. At one point, they felt very connected to you. But now there's this distance. There's this mystery. There's just like, they're only left with what they think they know, you know, with their intuition. And their intuition is on point. They know that their secret has been revealed. And there's like this truth that cannot be unseen, cannot be unknown. And but at the same time, I feel like this person feels like even though they might have betrayed you, like they know that they have betrayed you. And this is what's caused the disconnection. Needing to rest and meditate on this. Like you're not making any rash decisions when it comes to this connection or this person. And you feel very betrayed. And you are just really wanting to work on your happiness and connections that feel good, that doesn't feel like you have to use your intuition to understand if this person is going to hurt you. And so you've already kind of known, and it's like, this is what they're becoming, you know, what they're beginning to understand is that you feel very hurt by them. But at the same time, because you've created this distance, they feel betrayed. They feel kind of entitled to your energy, I feel. Six of Swords. They want to get past this energy. How they feel towards you is they want to get past this energy of chaos. They want to move away from these negative feelings. And it's all like, it's very like, the connection has shifted both of your guys' mindset on how you see each other and how you see love or see friendship, you know, and they don't like that. They just feel there's this energy of like you possibly now focusing on peace, happiness, you know, like you're focusing on, you know, maybe building a connection or building a life. You're just really focused. That's what they can see. And it's like there's this energy of like wanting to go there, you know, like I'm seeing Dorothy when she's in the hot air balloon, you know, and having to go through a storm. They feel lost. They do feel lost in a whole different world. And they kind of peek in and they just like want to go back home. You know, they see you as their home. They want to go back home. They, you know, you've left the chaos. Five of Coins. They feel very lonely. They feel very lonely and alone without you. Yeah. And there's just like, there's this unspoken, it's almost like they understand where you're coming from, why you're upset, even though there's been no words exchanged. But they don't want to speak on it because like then them speaking on it and saying, yeah, I know I hurt you. It just makes everything real. So this could be someone not wanting to take accountability of where they are, you know, they don't want to make it real. Like I really don't want to mention her name. I like her so much, you know, and I don't know her personally. But I've seen she's a big influencer. She was a big influencer in the hair community, and then she kind of switched lanes into the spiritual community, and now she's just homeless. She's on the street. She's left her 5 kids, and I just like, wow. And like listening to her speak, because she's still making videos and, you know, and content, and listening to her speak, it's just like there's a delusion there. You know, there's a delusion. This person doesn't want to actually admit what has happened, you know. So yeah. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this person, and this person is stamping a letter. So this person might feel like they want to reach out. They do definitely want to go towards you, make advances. But it does mean that they have to admit to their wrongs when it comes to you, and they get lost with that. They could be right now feeling like without you, they're just wandering around with people that they don't really know. They don't like, that they don't really know, that they don't trust, you know. They feel very empty and at a loss when it comes to you, okay? And they do feel like they want to kind of go towards you, maybe make an offer, a small offer, nothing too big. You know, maybe make it fun, make it like, you know, they want to make it fun. It won't be too emotional. They don't want to go towards the emotions, you know. They might want to keep it maybe very surface based. Very surface based. They don't want to talk about anything serious, but that would be their like segue into possibly moving into more deeper things with you. They're unsatisfied with where they're at right now, currently in their life. They want to go towards you. Okay, so let's see what's happening behind closed doors when it comes to them. Uh-oh, where's my card? It fell on the ground. Okay, because I'm going to add these back for the next group. All right, so those are yours. We'll just put these aside. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's see what's happening behind closed doors. What's happening in their life currently? What's happening behind closed doors? You know, in alignment with your energy, their energy, what has happened. Okay. Let's see here. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Swords here. Okay. So this person is surrounding themselves with what I want to say is it's giving very much like this person is surrounding themselves with like fun things to do with the Four of Wands. They're like possibly keeping themselves busy, going out, being with people that feel like family, friends, okay? They're surrounding themselves with people that, and like, it's like activity basis. I feel like this person is really focused on being around a lot of people. Like they want a lot of people around them at this time. Okay. This could also mean that they are focused on like getting into a relationship, being committed to someone, to, you know, wanting to commit to somebody. Okay. You know, it's really interesting though. I feel that this person could be talking. They could be talking to a lot of people about you. They could be talking to family members about you. That's coming through. With the Ace of Swords here, it feels like every time that they're like when they're talking about you, they're revealing stuff to themselves. And there's like an awkward kind of energy here that I'm feeling. Like I feel like at this time this person is kind of like involving themselves around, like surrounding themselves with a lot of people. They could be going out, you know, drinking. This just makes me feel like there's drinking and celebratory kind of energy happening here. Like there's a real joyous kind of energy here. I do feel like this person is, and like what I'm getting with this is like they're talking about you to these people. Like, and there's like a lot of people. There's like a lot of people. This could be like a family. With the Ten of Cups here, they could be talking to their family about it, or to your family members, your guys' family members. If this is a family member, they're talking about you to the family. And like they want to be the center, like, of the conversation. There's that. They bring themselves into the center. They make it about themselves with this card here, the Four of Wands. And it's really interesting because this is what it's telling. It's like when they're talking about you or talking about the situation, maybe this truth, Four of Swords here, this truth that you guys are both kind of like meditating on, resting upon, integrating this truth. I feel like they're revealing themselves in this moment of talking about you. Like, it's almost like when they're talking about you, they're trying to paint a picture of you to these people, okay? They're kind of like gravitating to family. They're staying indoors though. I feel like I did say that they're going out. That would be a small amount of people because this is the four. This is like, you know, if they are like, they could be drinking a lot. They could have like these party kind of like moments where they're drinking, they're smoking, they're like doing all these like, I don't know. It feels like a distraction. It feels like they're distracting themselves. And they could be doing this with other family members or people like with friends, just surrounding themselves. Like this is like making me think like of the time before I had children and I would just like be with my friends drinking and like hanging out with them and just like there's an energy of just like that. But they make you a center of topic, but in the same sense they want it's like bringing attention to themselves. And I think they're catching on that it's not the attention that they necessarily want because it feels like they're revealing themselves. So they are getting the attention, but it's not the attention that they necessarily want. And so there is this energy of like, they're making bad choices, I feel like, with the Two of Swords. There is a decision that they feel like they have to make. Maybe about in life. Maybe in life. This does feel like a life decision. And I think whatever has happened between you guys have revealed a life decision for themselves that they either didn't make or that they need to make. And again, this person is struggling with that. That could be a financial thing. Because that's what this feels like. Okay? That's what that feels like. What's happening behind closed doors? Frustration with the Four of Pentacles here. They're frustrated about their money. Look what's on the bottom of the deck. Abundance. Can you guys see here? Okay, good. Let me make sure. Okay. Woo! Cards. This person is very... Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me just... The cards are all over the place. This person is very chaotic. They're very chaotic here. Let me see here. Okay. These cards came out. So they need to be cautious about their money. They could have made a very stupid money decision, or they're just being like, you know, they're not being safe. They rather focus on things. They rather focus on like what's making them happy in the moment, like drinking, smoking, possibly buying things like celebratory things, hanging out with a bunch of people, going out with people. I'm hearing flying. They could be flying, you know. They have this fear. They're very scared right now about their finances. So they're trying to hold on to what they have. But they need to make a decision about that. Okay. What is all this Four of Wands? What's happening behind closed doors? Four of Wands here. Stop. Yeah, this is something that they need to stop. And it just feels like, you know, these people that they're surrounding themselves with are not necessarily good for them. They're not good for them. These people, these people are... I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I had to stop real quick. I'm trying to think, where was I? Sorry. Somebody came in. I had to talk to them. Yeah, I just feel like these people that they're around necessarily, like, they need to stop being around them. They could be hanging out with the wrong people out. They could be going out and partying, but it feels like it's indoors. It feels like these are people that are really close to them, but necessarily, like, these could be people that are like they don't like, or they don't really like themselves. You know how like people link up because, you know, with people that they don't like they hang around people that they don't like, is what I'm feeling. What is this Two of Swords? What's happening behind closed doors? Comfort. Yeah, they're making these decisions off of comfort. Okay. They could have made a decision off of comfort. Okay. I think this could be also like they're around these people because they just want to feel comfortable. They need comfort. They feel discomfort, you know, being without you, or whatever they're going through. They don't feel comfortable in their life, so they're surrounding themselves with certain activities and people that are not necessarily good for themselves. They are going through it financially too. Let's see more about that. What's happening behind closed doors? What's happening behind closed doors? Let's see here. Okay, don't back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude with the bull. We have the barrel. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So this person is possibly like coming up against a lot of opposition right now. This could be money. This could be certain things that they, you know, certain goals that they wanted to do for their life. They feel like something is lacking in their life. Okay. I also feel like they're being kind of stubborn here, maybe towards you, just like also with themselves. They're being kind of like, they're not backing down from the opposition, but I feel like the opposition is possibly needing to work on the matters of like their life, with love and money and goals. Okay. They're going through it though, but they're kind of like trying to hold their ground. Didn't I say that? I said that. Hold your ground. Okay. Time to go out and have fun with the grapes. This person is kind of just focusing on going out and having fun, and, you know, not really focusing on the things that they're really lacking in their life. Dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. This person is thinking about you behind closed doors. They're thinking about you for sure. Okay, we have love. You know, they're missing the love. They're angry. They're, you know, just around these people for comfort. They're trying to find love, and it's not in these people or these activities. They want love, flowers. They want happiness. You know, they really want happiness, but they're not finding it. You know? Okay. So they are wanting, they're missing the happiness. They're missing the love in their life, and they're thinking about a distant person. That's you. And then I just feel like they're kind of going through it with their money, because they could be spending their money. They could be making really horrible financial decisions. They've made a horrible financial decision. And they're just kind of like not backing down from possibly going and tackling these situations. It's almost like there's an ignoring. They want to ignore. Okay, so let's see if they are plotting. Like I said, not everybody is doing that, but we're going to see if they are plotting behind closed doors. Okay. Are they scheming? What are they doing? Are they coming towards you? What is their intentions? Have they been doing things behind closed doors? Are they plotting something, Spirit? Let's see here. 8 of Swords, 9 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Okay, 3 of Wands. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. Okay. This has something to do about like your wishes coming true. Ooh. I do feel like this person does not want you to have success or to grow, possibly have or get your wishes come true, like have these wishes come true. There is this energy of wanting to stop you with the Eight of Swords here, wanting to stop you. So let's see here. These could just be their feelings. I do want to see if they are doing this. Like, are they doing things? Are they... I feel like this person has plotted to stop your growth. Mainly your financial growth, your self-discovery, like your ability to move forward. They have done things to sabotage you. They've made that decision. The Two of Swords is here again. So it's like they have made this decision. They've made decisions, you know, that really possibly, like they made a decision for you. They made a decision for you when it should have been your decision, or your decision considered. Like it should have been two people deciding this. But I do feel like this person wants to stop your growth, and this made me feel like this person is thinking like they're, I don't know if you can see it, this feels like this person is kind of like thinking here, you know, like thinking things about you. So, but let's look at this. They're definitely thinking about wanting you not to like move forward, not to see your path, not to get these wishes met and manifested, stopping the plan. There could have been some type of plan. There could be plans. There could be also like plans to move forward and go beyond. This person does not want you to go beyond. And it also feels like they don't want you to go beyond unless they're with you, you know, with this Three of Pentacles here. Okay. It's almost like you can go beyond and grow, but if I'm not there with you, like, I don't want that for you. That's what it feels like. Like, I don't want you to make more money unless I'm with you, unless I'm a part of your life, unless I possibly, okay, touch the sky. Okay, hold on. The Journey. Protective Nest. You could have done some protective work. I also feel like this person could have, yeah, I really do feel like this is the protective work. There could have been some protective work. This person could have like felt like they needed to protect themselves or protect you. And in the midst of it, it kind of possibly influenced your journey in a way, but I don't feel like it stopped you. I feel like this person desperately wants you to not touch the sky. Unless they're like helping you get there. There is that energy too. Unless they're there with you, Three of Pentacles, building with you, then we can touch the sky. We can touch the sky together, but you can't touch the sky without me. You know, there's that energy. Okay. And it does feel like someone was trying to control your journey, control how things unfold in your life. So I do feel like this person is plotting to possibly halt things, make it kind of impossible or hard, or maybe if that's even just like the idea within your mind that it's impossible, you know, there could be certain things coming, getting in the way of you making more money, you discovering yourself, discovering like what you're supposed to do with the Three of Wands, purpose, you know, maybe even traveling, you know, whether that is like metaphorically, like traveling farther into your own journey. This person was trying to protect you though. This person had a very protective kind of like, they felt very territorial over you, wanting to control how things unfold in your life. Okay. And it feels like this person could have done some protective work of some sort. Liberty. This is about like your freedom, okay? Being free to do whatever you want. So you could possibly, this person does want to stop that. I also feel like this person, there's a lot of hair kind of energy. So this person could have done work or plotting to do something with your hair. It being long, you know, and now it's short possibly. But this person wanted to kind of like keep you in the nest, keep you in the cage, you know, be able to navigate you where you want. I feel like they have done some like plotting and scheming behind closed doors in that way. They wanted to kind of control the narrative, or like the navigation is what I wanted to say. The moon, to the moon and back. I feel like this person couldn't really stop you. I don't feel like this was, I think this was probably one of the horrible decisions that this person made, that they're feeling an effect of, because instead of like it really working in their favor, it worked against them. I think this person wanted to do this for their own self. They wanted to plot and scheme to try to keep you possibly close, encaged, not free, like in cahoots with them, connected to them. Very hovering kind of energy here. No rain today. And that's the thing. I feel like this person, I feel like this person has tried to do things possibly to make it harder on you. Okay? To make it harder on you. Has this person done witchcraft? Ooh, something flew out. Hold on. Knight of Pentacles. 8 of Swords again. Wow. 8 of Swords. And King of Pentacles. I feel like this person wants you tied up, like stationary. I do feel like this person has done something. They are really wishing hard, or I do feel like this could have been something that you could have witnessed as well. You could have witnessed something that they said or they did that made you feel like this could be possibly true, that this person doesn't want the best for you. They don't want you. They want you kind of stuck and not moving really with your finances. Because, you know, when we think about finances, this is a resource that can pour into yourself, pour into your goals, pour into your life. So they really wanted to stop that. And with the Knight of Pentacles, like I said, there is this energy. There could have been a lot of like mental programmings that you felt like came to the surface and you needed to shift through. And I feel like you did the work of shifting through these belief systems that came up, you know. You could have changed your identity, changed your appearance. But I feel like it worked for you. That's the thing. It didn't slow. It might have slowed things down. It might feel slow, but there's still movement. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest in the deck, but he's still moving. And the thing about the Knight of Pentacles is like, this is why it didn't really work in their favor if they did even do witchcraft. And I do feel like they did. I think there's probably a large portion of these people that did like light a candle because they wanted to protect the connection. They want to protect, like, you were like a big part. It feels like you are moving on. You're like growing, your growth. And this person had a lot of fear concerning that. And it didn't work in their favor. It didn't stop you. It actually possibly ruined the connection. It also made you stronger. Because like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but he's slow for a reason. He's slow because he is working on something really big. And he wants it to be perfect. He wants it to be good. He wants it to be of good quality. And so even if you do feel like you've been moving slow or maybe even feeling stuck, there's been a lot of work still going on in you, in your life. Whether that is with your love life, whether that is with your money, it feels like it is with your self-discovery, your identity, like where you're going, and your money. This person did not want to see you go beyond where you were with them. And it was not done to like, oh, I really want to hurt this person. It was, I don't want to be hurt without them. I don't want like them to go. I don't want them, because if they do become bigger, then they're going to leave me. There's that kind of energy here. So there's a protective kind of energy here, but it didn't create the effect that they wanted. It created the opposite. It created with the disconnect in the connection. All right. I do feel like they are plotting to stop you. If this is currently going on, they are plotting to halt whatever you're doing. This could manifest. Let's see how it can manifest. I don't think this person wants the best. Okay, this can manifest in control with the devil. Hopefully you guys can see it. I keep checking to make sure that it's in the camera. It's kind of up there. Definitely witchcraft. Yep, with the Magician, Four of Swords. So this person could be trying to get into your head. They could be with, what is that called? I forgot what it's called, but it's like baiting you with silence. This person could be trying to get into your head. They are definitely lighting candles and doing, like, going to a practitioner, doing certain things with your energy involved to get an effect. This is to have control. This can look like very toxic behavior, very narcissistic behavior with the devil here. That's how it can manifest in your life. This could feel like manipulation, trying to manipulate the situation. And this is all like getting in the way of your money. This is all getting in the way of you growing, going on to the next level. It's like a distraction. There's a lot of distraction kind of energy. So my advice to you is to peep this shit and to create distance if you haven't already, and to keep that distance. Because this person struggles with seeing other people go beyond them, especially people that they care and love, which is really odd. And some people can be like that. Some people can like love and really like someone, but the moment that they start growing, it triggers them in some type of way, whether it triggers them about themselves. And I think it's a little bit of both with this person. I think it's a little bit of both with this person. Like they do get triggered because it makes them look at themselves and what they should be doing and what they're not doing, where they're at, you know. It's like you're making moves, big moves, you know, whether that's like you're choosing to heal, whether that's choosing to like, you know, work on your goals, start that business, putting yourself out there, getting in a healthy relationship. Like it could be even that. And it just makes them look at themselves, like what they're not doing with themselves, right? Or it can be like, oh, you're moving on and you're gonna notice that I'm not shit and you don't want to be with me anymore. It's that. Also, I think it's a little bit of both with this person. Okay, so there's a little insight for you. I really wanted this reading to be helpful with people getting to an acceptance on these connections that are toxic, having acceptance with what they're choosing to do, or understanding what they need to do in order to put them in safe grounds in their own life. I would suggest like keeping a distance from this person. This person is like they love you, they care you, but they don't know how to love. They don't know how to properly care in a healthy way. Okay, so that's that. Okay, you guys, check out the Stan Store, check out the Etsy if you want to book a reading with me, a personal with me, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Peace. All right, number 2, welcome. Let's tap in. You guys are the ones that have picked the Tiger Eye, which I love Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is really great for courage, confidence, and like protection over that type of energy. Like it's also a really great stone for focus. So I really feel like whatever we're about to get into, like the energy of them, you know, how they feel towards you, the energy that they're in right now concerning you. And so I feel like right now there's something about focus. There's also something about your confidence. You could have had like a restore of confidence. You could be doing courageous things right now. I do feel like this person really wanted to disrupt your focus, maybe even your confidence as well. They wanted you not to feel confident, but let's get into it, okay? Let's see how they're currently feeling about you. King of Coins, 10 of Cups, wow, and Judgment. Okay, let me get my cards because we will be pulling more cards than these, but let's just see if we need to, okay? See, make sure you guys can see it. Okay, good. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, so how they're currently feeling about you is like you are looking very abundant. You are looking, they also feel like you're a very generous person. They realize how generous you are and or were. They also see that like you could be focusing on your family. You could be focusing on like happiness, peace right now in your life. And in order for that to be, like you're focusing possibly on your health. It could be like you're considering your health. This could be your actual, like your diet, your exercise, like doing certain things that are improving your health. Like you had to prioritize your health is really what I'm picking up on. Like you had to prioritize your health and your finances, maybe even prioritize your family when it comes to this connection. Your children, maybe. This person though, they're feeling like very sorry with the Judgment. They feel very judged. Like they feel like you're very judgmental, but they also feel like they feel very judged. Like they never felt like you could have gotten to this point with them where you are seeing them for their faults, or maybe even calling them out is really what I want to say. Like this is Judgment Day is what I want to say. So this person feels very judged by you, very seen, you know. These are actual things to be judged and to be spoken about. There is this energy of purpose. They feel like you are in your purpose right now. That could just be like what you're doing is like, that's like when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean like you've found your purpose. You might feel like you're still searching for that, but this person can see that you are in alignment with what you should be doing right now in life. They also just feel like you're very generous, you're very loving, and they could have taken that for granted because there is this like, I'm hearing, I'm sorry, I'm hearing an apology, I'm hearing that. So this person feels sorry. I don't think they have said that to you, or they could have. Yeah, but how they feel about you is that like you're doing really good. They see you kind of making money. They see you happy, starting a family, maybe. 6 of Coins. This person is in need. This person needs you. You know, I feel like this person feels like they need you. They feel like they need you is what I'm feeling with this 6 of Coins. Like they need to come to you and like they need something from you. They might have felt like you were very generous with some type of resource. This could be money. This could be something else, okay? This could be your love. This could be your love with the 10 of Cups here. This could also be other things that they feel like they need you. Like they're without you. But they see you kind of like helping other people. You could be helping other people. You could be building with people. Okay. And they just see you kind of like balancing out the scales in your life as well. Like maybe possibly financially. With the Queen of Swords, they feel like you're cold. You have a cold, there's a cold shoulder, a cold chill. It's like, there's a coldness. I feel like this person feels like they want to possibly beg. There's a begging energy at this point. There's this person wanting to come with the Six of Coins and this Queen of Swords energy, this and the King of Coins. You have a lot to offer this connection and this person. And I feel like it's getting to a point where they feel like they have severely fucked up when it comes to this connection. Whether this is a friendship or a lover or a family member, possibly even like a job situation. You had a lot to offer this connection, whether this is a business partnership. This person needs what you have. They can't produce what you have. Okay, and they also feel like you have cut them off entirely. There's some type of culture, or they're scared that they will be cut off by you. Wow, we have the King of Swords. They see you, what they feel is like you might have had said things. You've said things that were painful. You have made decisions that were painful, cold. It was not based on feelings. It could have been, if it was involving something that was at a high priority over them. This could be your children, this could be your family, this could be your job, this could be like your money. Like you saw that your money was over them. They see you having a lot of opportunity. They feel like you have a lot of opportunity, and you know, I feel like this person is beginning to realize that you had a lot to offer them. Maybe not just money, but there's a lot that came with you. You know, maybe this person saw you as someone. That's what I'm feeling like. I feel like this person feels like you are someone, or you were someone that they saw as someone that you just had like one thing that they could, you know, indulge in and have, and that they experienced. But once you kind of cut them off, it's like, you know, they didn't understand what they had until you really like cut them off. That's what I'm feeling here. So this person wants to have an opportunity with you again, but this would be starting all over. You know, this person sees you with lots of opportunities, and that you don't necessarily need them. Like you have success here. This person wants to make an advancement towards you. This person wants to come towards you. Four of Cups. They want to make an offer, you know. And what I'm feeling is like, this is what you've been feeling. That's what I want to say. Like you could have been really feeling that this person was coming towards you, and because this Four of Cups usually talks about someone like in contemplation. So I feel like you kind of knew that this was going to happen. So this either already happened, this person has came and made an advancement towards you, wanting a new opportunity. They see you where you're going. You're heading towards success no matter what. Like there's this energy of you not letting anything get in the way of your success. And so this person almost like feels like they have to do some type of work. They have to do some type of work on themselves, on the connection. They want to come towards you. You know, they want to have this successful connection. There's an investment. They want to like invest in this connection in a way. We have the Lovers here too. And it's really interesting. Do you see this? Very interesting here. And it's like Judgment. It feels like they understand in order to come towards you, they have to be on a certain level. They have to be committed to self to climb the ladder for themselves, you know, in order to be with you. Okay, sorry. Got interrupted yet again. Number one was interrupted, but okay. Yeah, I feel like this person has to do the work, like, in order to really be in your good graces, because right now they are not. They have to kind of like come in with an offer, you know, and the offer is really like possibly changed behavior. That's what they are feeling and knowing. It could also be like they could have done things, you know, for a short amount of them. They could have done things that really, like, because with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here, it's like you had to make a decision that was like based on logic, not emotion. And this is like really, yeah, like they feel like they put you in a decision, they put you in a spot where you had no other choice but to make a hard decision. So there is a lot of they see you being very protective. You know, with you're not dealing with the bullshit. Like, you're not someone that's going to be dealing with their bullshit and their petty shit and like their drama and their trauma. Like, that's what they are feeling about you. And they see you protecting yourself, rightfully so. And so they could have done things that a sorry and even changed behavior won't change things, you know? But this person wants to be with you again. They have a lot of emotions, you know, but this person feels a little bit emotionally unstable, to be honest. Okay, they're going off of like nostalgia with the Six of Cups. They think a lot, you know, and it confuses things. It confuses things with the Seven of Cups here. Okay, so let's go in to what's happening behind closed doors. But I just feel like, you know, this person doesn't know what to do, really. They're very nostalgia when it comes to you. And, you know, it could also mean you guys have children together. You know, they miss that connection with the children. And they're kind of emotionally unstable. They could be doing things or have done things that make you feel like there is no other choice but just to like cut you off and like, you know. And so I don't know, this person has a lot of emotion for you. They love you. In their mind, they love you. They want to be with you. They feel like with the Lovers, this is like someone that shares the same values, the same morals, this like, you know, but possibly they could be not making decisions upon those things as well. They made a decision that made you feel like you had to either choose yourself, choose other people, or just be logical here, you know? You know what I'm seeing? I don't know. I'm not into the celebrity drama. I'm just not. I don't really give a shit. I really don't care. But the whole Christy Scott and Desmond Scott, they are now getting a divorce, right? And I was just like shocked, like, wow. Because I know a little bit about them, you know. I follow her. And I just thought they were cute. And to find out they were together since high school. So, but apparently, I think, I don't know. They haven't came out and said anything. We're just going off TMZ. You know what I mean? But I guess he cheated on her. And there's this energy. And she left him, right? So it feels like there is all that love and history and nostalgia kind of stuff. But like, when it comes down to it, what did you expect me to move like? You can't just, all because there's history or love, not make a decision, like not make the best decision for yourself because of that. So that's what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's get in to see. This feels very romantic, to be honest. See if this person has, or what they are doing behind closed doors. Okay, let me see. That was not the card that came out with it. Yeah, it was Judgment. Okay, so we're just gonna sit those aside. Add these back. Okay. Now, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah. I believe so. We're gonna see what's happening behind closed doors. Okay. Let's see what's happening in this person's life. You know, in alignment with your energy, what's going on between, or what's going on behind closed doors with this person. Again, Queen of Swords. Tower. Wow. King of Swords. It's so funny when the same cards come out. Very interesting. Okay. So I feel like this Queen of Swords, this person is kind of faced with reality. Like the swords, we're dealing off of like what we can see, the facts, you know? And so I feel like this person is getting really hit with reality right now, with possibly how unstable their foundation is, you know, within themselves, within their life. You know, I think being cut off has really spinned this person's life out of control. Being cut off, you know, they feel very caged in. They feel kind of caged in. And things are kind of like getting very chaotic right now for them. So there could be physical things happening around their life, right? Certain things could be happening in their life, but it's affecting their psyche. It's affecting the way that they see things, or how they've seen things, how they've seen themselves, you know. And so I really do feel like this person is angry. I'm getting that very much. I'm gonna get into these cards in a moment. They feel angry, but I also feel like they're not angry at you. Even if they do portray that to other people, because I am picking up like narcissistic kind of energy with the devil, just for a small few of you guys that have like can see that, you know, or narcissistic traits. This person feels like they can't deny the choices that you've made, even if they like to tell a different narrative to other people. So I'm picking up on that. They could be telling other people, but the truth is out there. I feel like the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, they speak on truth, and they don't care how it looks. They don't care how it makes other people feel. They speak on the truth. Sorry, you guys, I have my heater on because it's cold and it's kind of loud. So I feel like you could be loud right now. This person is like hearing your words. It's ringing throughout their head. They're not able to kind of hide from themselves. They can't hide from other people. I feel like things are kind of falling apart. Things are not really staying together, you know? It's almost like what I'm feeling is like there's some type of structure that you had with this person, and they could be holding on to it. You know, they're not able to let go of certain possible activities, narratives, possibly like ideas of how their life, like it feels like they're feeling very lost and all they have was what they had, and that's not gonna work. Like this tower that you left or that was destroyed, whatever that was inside this cannot be used. I don't know, there's something to that makes sense. It feels like this person is going through a lot. They could be drinking, having like, you know, they could be sleeping with people, they could be drinking, they could be smoking, doing drugs, very wild activity, and this is what makes them feel like they have some type of control in their life. But really it's just adding to, you know, it's just adding to the chaos that's going on. That's a very serious chaos that's happening in their life. But let's see what that's about. But with the Eight of Wands, I feel like this person is struggling to move on and go on to something new, possibly like a new relationship or a new way of life. You know, it's like they're trying to hold on to the old life that they had with you, or like how things were before. You know, I feel like it has really kind of showed them themselves. So it's like almost like whatever you said, or whatever, this decision to like kind of leave the connection, cut this person off, I do feel like you've had some words for this person. whatever you said really rang true. And so it's like almost like they can't continue on, but they don't know how to move forward is what I want to say. They're struggling moving forward. Okay. So they're not making decisions. They're not really communicating. All they're kind of doing is like possibly like they're in escapism through possibly like toxic behaviors, food, drugs, distracting activities, you know, instead of really focusing on like how they're going and their goals, or what, you know, they're not focusing on their goals here. Okay, so let's just get some more information. Let's see, what's the devil energy here? The devil, what's happening behind closed doors? Surrender. Okay, we have surrender, we have caution. Yeah, I feel like this person, they're having a hard time surrendering to what has happened, what they've caused, what the reality is, you know. And so they could be just, you know what I'm feeling? It's like there's this energy of like, you know how when people talk, they say things like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm going to be doing this. Like, I really want to do this in the next year. Or like, this is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. Like, they're talking a lot about what they're going to do, but they're not doing anything. And instead of like doing what they said they were going to do or what they want to go after, they are drinking. They are just doing nothing, doing activities that are kind of like distracting them, numbing them. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling, you know, whether that involves people, alcohol, drugs, like going out, eating, you know, doing activities when you could, like maybe even like playing video games or binge watching TV. You know how we all have our moments. But are you going to get to the goals? Like, we can binge watch, we can play video games, we can smoke a little, you know, we can take a little drink here and there. But is it getting in the way of you actually getting up and doing what the fuck you said you were going to do? Like, and so it's a caution, because I feel like this person is not going in the direction that they want. Okay? That's what I'm feeling about this. I also feel like they are doing things that they, like, if this involves people, they could be getting STDs. You know, if they're just going out, sleeping around, possibly doing drugs, either they could get sick. They need to take caution here. Okay? Success. Yeah, this is about their success. If they don't, you know, they're just, I feel like their guides are really telling them, you know, they don't feel successful. This is about their success. And yeah, they feel kind of caged. Let's see what this tower is about. What's going on with the tower? What's going on behind closed doors with the tower? Energy. Stop. This came out for the other person too. A lot of these people are just doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so what I'm feeling though is that something came to a halt. Something was stopped. Something was ended. Something was deaded. Like, something came to an end, which, like, you know what they're showing me? You know how, like, when somebody, I don't know, you know when there's like a, okay, they're showing me like a pipe of, like, with water going through it, or like a hose with water going through it, and there's like a blockage. Somebody put a stop, a block. What I'm seeing, like, you know when people have the ability to stop shit, like, it created madness. Okay, so they're showing me like a hose or a pipe with water going through it, and there's like some type of blockage, and eventually that pipe is gonna burst. Eventually there's gonna, like, the hose is gonna burst. Or when there is, like, when the pressure releases, it explodes out of the hose or something like that. They're showing me something like that. And so there has been a pause. There has been a stop. Somebody put a stop to something. Ooh, definitely witchcraft. Okay, we're gonna get into it. That's for some. Okay, we're gonna see what those cards, we haven't got there yet. Okay, but I do feel like somebody put a stop to something. Ooh, wow. Okay, let's get into it. I'm ready to get into it. Okay, somebody put a stop to something. it could have been some type of reversal energy that you've done recently or that you did. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so you can tap into any time era with any of my readings, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like there could have been something was stopped. Some type of chaos, some type of upheaval, some type of attack on a structure was stopped, okay? And it, like, this is an effect. There, you know, it's created a lot of frustration. Created a lot of frustration. Okay, it could have been rejection. Look at all this orange, and you know, so they feel rejected. They could be getting rejected. There's also this, like, they're showing me like Mean Girls. It could be like, or like popularity kind of thing, like people following other people. Not to say this person is alone, but it feels like they feel very heavily rejected right now. They're getting rejected. Job is coming up, like job offers. They could have gotten fired from their job. I'm hearing that some of these people have gotten fired. They, you know, look at this red, orange, like, you know, this person is not doing good. Their stability, their security is affected. Their confidence is affected. They're very, you know, angry. They're dealing with a lot of anger. But again, it's like they're very mad, but they don't have, like, they're mad at themselves. Also, I feel like y'all want to say, like, you know, they feel like in a way they rejected themselves with whatever they did. Okay. There we go. You know, they just feel rejected. They don't feel loved. They could be having issues with their relationship. They could be having relationship issues. They don't feel loved by their partner, or they don't feel loved by the people that are around them right now. But they're very angry by the rejection energy. Very frustrated with that. And it could have been like somebody put something to a stop. Like, you stopped talking to them. You stopped, you know, you quit. You know, you pulled back in some type of way. You know, this was all about protection. Okay, they don't feel protected anymore. They do not feel protected in their life because there's things going on. You know, there's a lot of chaos going on. They could be losing their joy. They're losing their ability to speak, because I'm like coughing. So they can't even speak on this shit because there's so much truth out. You know, there's so much truth. There's so much, like, you know, they feel exposed, possibly rejected. And all they could really do is just, like, try not to focus on this anymore. And, you know, how they do that is through the escapism. Fucking with other people, you know, but that's because they're just trying to distract themselves from, like, the job loss. They're trying to distract themselves from, like, the rejection. You know, that's what I'm feeling here. Okay, is there anything else? Let's see. I think that's it. Let's see. Did I do anything else with these cards? Yeah, let's look into if they're plotting against you. Okay. See if they're plotting against you. Let's move into that energy now. Let's see if they're plotting, scheming, what they're doing behind closed doors when it comes to you. Okay. Card fell out. 7 of Cups. Okay. Let me give it a good shuffle. Going on behind closed doors. 7, another 7. 7 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. This person likes to create confusion. I feel like behind closed doors, they're creating confusion. They're doing the same thing over and over. What they're doing, though, they could be planting seeds of confusion. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. They're planting seeds of confusion. This is mostly through their words. So it feels very gossipy with the Page of Swords here. This person could be saying certain things about you to other people, which is a form when you lie, when you twist truth, when you create confusion and illusion, that is a form of witchcraft. So I feel like that's why I said that. But I do feel like there could have been an energy. Let me just get it. Let me get more cards here. We have the Moon, we have the Five of Swords. Yeah, Two of Wands. So I do feel like this person was trying to possibly stop a new beginning, a new physical beginning. This could be through through their words, like possibly, you know what I'm getting? It's like, I feel like they were talking about you, creating an illusion about you to other people, possibly. They could have stopped like some money. They wanted to stop money. They wanted to stop some type of new beginning energy, you know. They wanted to cause sadness between two people. With the Five of Swords, this is an argument. They wanted to cause arguments, possibly moving away, like maybe possibly having someone kind of move out of your life. They really don't want this. And the thing is, I feel like you could have witnessed something like this. You could have saw something along the lines of somebody acting weird, doing weird, like also just like there was signs, like what's what I'm picking up, like you could have saw signs of this person doing certain things to you, is what I feel like. Yeah, I feel like it could have been like somebody doing certain things to you, you know, like, or saying things about you, creating confusion and fog around you, like your character, right? But you were kind of peeping this. You were kind of like, you saw two sides of the story. There could have been an argument that kind of revealed this. Or you could have walked in and you saw something, like you could have saw something burning. You could have saw something, you know, a candle lit. And you kind of like, it was just like, you know, there's like this discernment that you have, number two. There's this discernment that you have. You're able to peep this shit energetically. And this is the thing, and this is a message that Spirit has been putting on me like a while ago. I got this download. And it's about discernment. It's about being protected, because you have the spirit, the ability to discern certain things. You're able to peep things, right? And you might not maybe consciously, let's just say that, consciously physically act upon this discernment, but you are, because you are so in tune with energy that when you peep something, when you hear somebody say something, right, it changed the trajectory of your energy. And so now you're moving different, even if you don't notice it at first. Okay, so you could have saw something, heard something out of this person's lips. You know, they could have said something that was really revealing, or it made you feel like, I don't know, and then now you're moving differently. Very slowly, that maybe you don't even see that you're moving in the right direction, because it does feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of confusion that was around that this person is causing you right now, or that they did cause you. And it's really in the form of like changing a narrative, trying to change things. And in the end though, you're gonna get justice. You're getting justice right now. I don't feel like their life is good. It's not good while they're doing this shit. It's not going to be good after it. Like, you know, and so I feel like what they're currently doing right now, like plotting and scheming, is to kind of like, they want to create confusion about you. They want to possibly plant seeds or dig up your seeds that you've planted, stop a new beginning. Like they want to stop a new beginning. And the energy, I'm feeling like the energy that they're pouring into this, like the visuals that they're seeing, what they're wishing, is arguments. arguments, not being able to communicate, possibly like a breakup is what I'm feeling here. Sadness. And in the end, I feel like it will only create peace. Because this is the thing. With the Star and the Temperance, you alchemize shit. You alchemize shit. You're not someone that's not aware. Like, you're aware of energy, even if you don't fully understand it right now. There are people that don't really understand energy, but it doesn't mean that you're not aware of it, okay? And your body, your mind, all of your energy don't know how to work with it. Like, when energy hits you, it might be wanting to stop something. It might put things on pause, but in that pause, you're alchemizing things, and things are becoming more peaceful and elevated for you, okay? This person does not want you to be a star. This person did not want you to kind of like get your wish, to transform, okay? They don't want you to transform. And so that's what their focus is on, what they're scheming, okay? So let me just see here. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, I wanted to use these. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing. Like, how is this manifesting? What is it doing? My dear friend, secrets. Yep. About that. Elixir of life. They could be trying to, you know, I feel like how this is coming out is like they're getting close to the people that are around you. They could be saying certain things, right? I do feel like they are mixing elixirs to create a new life in your life. Like they want to, this is all being done in secret. But what I'm feeling is like you could have saw something or heard something. Something was exposed to you, okay? With this witchcraft or with this gossip, you know, slander. And this is like them. This could be a friend. This could be somebody that's like, yeah, I know her. I know them. Or yeah, I was with them. I was in a relationship with them. This is how they are. And it could be complete lies. You know, I feel like they could be revealing your secrets. Talking, gossiping is a lot with this one. Okay. Flower spirit. Yeah, I just feel like this could have something to do with your womb. They could have been trying to stop something. They could have been trying to stop a new life with you, which could have caused like womb magic. They could have been wanting to like, this person could be very triggered by pregnancy. They could have tried to stop a pregnancy. Okay. They could have tried to stop a pregnancy. This person is doing dream magic. This person is thinking about you before bedtime. If they're not at an altar trying to enter your mind, you know, doing mind magic, doing dream magic, trying to enter your dreams through the astrals, they are thinking about you heavily in a not a good way before they go to bed. Okay? So yes. And it's like people need to be more aware of this. Like when you have a jealous spirit, when you have like a hateful spirit and you're just over there hating on someone, like you're doing baneful magic. Like you're doing witchcraft. That's all witchcraft is thought. Us taking our thought energy, our thought forms, and turning it into something physical. That is what magic is. That's what witchcraft is. And so when you're sitting there gossiping, telling lies, like manipulating other people's minds, like this person is planting seeds. That's what they're doing. And their goal is to stop you and to have you stranded. Their whole goal is to have you stranded, no life, no love. They want you to feel rejected. And for them to be on top. This person wants to be on top of you. Okay? That's really what I'm picking up here. This is to stop your, I don't want to say line. To stop your line. Your line. You know, Yeah, and secrets are like being revealed, because I keep itching my nose, and they could be revealing secrets, gossiping about your business. That's what they're doing and scheming, and it's all to kind of like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say, is to stop the connections. This person wants you alone and stranded, no help. They want you alone, no help. Stop your lifeline or something. You know, that's coming up. I'm hearing that. That is what they're plotting and scheming to do. And it could, let's just see how it can manifest, because I haven't really felt that or seen that. You know, but I do feel like this can manifest in the way, like how they're trying to do it is gossiping, telling lies. They're definitely trying to stop. They could be going to a person. They could be going to a person or doing stuff themselves. Oh, why my nose is so itchy? Like, this person is in your business. Wheel of Fortune. They're trying to stop an opportunity of some sort. You know, I don't know, this person's kind of being like, I feel like how it's manifesting is like, oh, I don't know. I feel like this person kind of comes in and they're just like kind of willy-nilly with like your business or information, or like even just willy-nilly with lies about you is what I'm feeling, you know. But definitely, like, the person could be they're like doing tarot magic on you. But trying to stop the frequency, like possibly like stop something. This makes me think like a heartbeat. Whew, I don't like this person. Not at all. I don't like them at all. It's really weird. So this could be something that they did or that they're trying to do. You know, so my advice to you would, you know, when someone's trying to like change the narrative about you, and if people are wanting to believe their narrative and they don't care to hear your side of the story, those are not your people. So it doesn't really matter. Let them be the villain. That would be my advice to you. If this person is painting you out to be some type of person, then whatever, be that person. Be that type of person. And if anybody wants to believe that, then they can believe it. Don't waste any time trying to prove who you are. And to just take care of yourself, of course, like, and I feel like to trust your discernment, to trust what you've been picked up on by this person. And I did feel like this person wanted to come towards you, right? This person wanted to come towards you and possibly make an offer. They feel like they have to change. So this could be very past energy for a lot of you guys. So this is like something that they've done behind closed doors. But just know that this person will be trying to come back and try to prove themselves to you. But again, I feel like the energy, how it manifested, it could have been like it stopped a new life, but you know how to alchemize. Like it could have caused an end of something. It could have put an end to, you know, a life, something that was built, something that was created, whether it was within you, whether it was like a business, whether it was a love relationship or something. It could have stopped something in your life. And I feel like it did affect you. What they did affect you. It did touch you, and it, you know, but what you did was that you took that and you created more with it. You didn't just, you're not stranded. This person wanted you to be stranded. And all the people that they wanted to remove away from your life, like these connections, you know, they weren't really there for you anyways. So, you know, I feel like even if you feel like you're on alone, like you, like these are not people that you really wanted to be on your team anyways. You know what I mean? So that would be my advice, is to not feel like you're truly stranded. You're on a journey to find your true family, your true friendships, your true lover, you know, your true soul family. Okay, so just continue to do that. Be whoever they want you to be. Who are they anyways if they're going to believe every nasty lie or rumor or whatever about you? Right? So that's what I have for you, number 2. Okay, I really wanted these readings to reveal a lot, to help you accept where you are with this connection and where you want to be with yourself, you know, so that you can move on, and, you know, so we can actually pave the way and remove this energy, you know, from our lives, so that we can move on to the next, you know, stop on our journey, and it be an elevated stop, right? So take everything that I said into consideration, all right? Check out the Etsy or the Stan store if you want to book a reading with me or book a service. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hello, hello. Number 3. Let me get your little stack over here. Okay. You guys chose the carnelian. Okay. Carnelian is a good stone to use when you are trying to attract money, wealth, happiness, joy, confidence, very much solar plexus kind of energy, so creativity. Okay, so also love, I'm also hearing. Okay, so what I'm really feeling here with this carnelian is, I'm hearing disturbance. You might be feeling like you're experiencing like a lot of disturbances right now, like odd disturbances, like things could be a bit chaotic right now. Okay, things could be a bit chaotic, maybe in the means of love or money, or even just like you feeling confident, maybe even you feeling creative, like, you know, you could be having like these disturbances, interruptions is really what I want to say. Okay, so let's see how they feel. This is going to reveal how they are currently feeling about you. This person is learning a huge lesson when it comes to you. They are realizing that they can learn a lot from you, and they've learned a lot from this connection. Okay, this is what they're currently feeling about you. My cards are all out of control and messy. Hold on. So this person could feel like they've made a mess. They've been kind of sloppy with you. Okay, and they don't necessarily know how to communicate. I feel like they feel like you have moved on and you are at a higher place right now. They feel very like they would be a person that could come to you. I'm also hearing like roles reversed. You could have been a person that you confined in them, right? You might have went to them for advice, for guidance, for help, for understanding. And I feel like they now see that you have like gone beyond them. You are at a point where they can sit at your feet and learn and be guided. You've integrated a lot of lessons, you know, like you didn't just get it, you actually implicated it, you know, like the lesson, like you can understand like, oh, I have abandonment issues, or I have a fear of like putting myself out there, or I have a confidence issue, or I'm not good with money, you know, like you could have this awareness about whatever the lesson is, but you passed the exam. Like you could get the lesson, you can understand all the components, right? But there comes a point where you have to actually move and act so that you can integrate that lesson and it becomes a part of you, that you're no longer, you know, scared to put yourself out there, or you're no longer like letting abandonment control you. You're no longer making bad money decisions. You're now like, you're integrated the lesson. They see that with you. they also feel like they cannot come towards you because there is this need. In order for them to move on, they feel like they might need to come to you, maybe to talk to you, maybe to work things out. There could be counseling. I don't know. They could, there could be counseling, like maybe they want to have counseling, like there could be marriage counseling or something like that. A mediator, there could be like a mediator of some sort. Where's my cards? Because we are going to be pulling more of how they are currently feeling, the energy that they're in currently with you. Okay, so I just feel like this person feels like you are moved on. They can't see you, you're out of reach, mainly because you have elevated. You've become smarter and wiser. You're very focused on your goals. And they don't feel like you're not focused on them. They feel like you're not focused on them. And they don't know how to get to you. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to maybe even contact you. You might have this person blocked. Okay. Queen of Swords coming out. This person, yeah, you definitely probably have them blocked. Ooh, I heard bring me their head. You see how she has her hand extended outwards? They feel like you're out for blood. Are you doing witchcraft on them? Because I feel like they could be thinking that you are you want to end them. You want to, there's that energy. But I heard bring me their head. So they definitely feel like you are out for blood. You won't stop until you have their head, and you know that they're completely, there could be, I don't know, what did this person do? But hold on. Cards are flying. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, they feel like they might have stolen from you. This person's running off with a chest that has swords in it, right? They're a thief. This person feels like they gotta flee. They gotta run from you. They feel possibly exposed. It's really funny because it just feels like this person's having a hard time. They're walking up this hill. And I feel like they're having a hard time carrying the load with whatever they did, whether they did actually steal something from you, they cheated on you, they did you wrong, they lied on you, they lied to you, it's really, I'm wanting to laugh because it feels like this queen can see this person struggling, and she hasn't got up from her throne, but she's maybe telling her guides, her angels, her demons, her minions, her goons, her goblins, bring me their head. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. 4 of Coins here. So they're scared. I feel like this person is scared and they're trying to... Ooh, do you see this? I'm seeing a whole story unfold. Okay? Which the tarot often does. If you took my tarot class, the Divine Tarot Academy, you would know that it unfolds a story in front of us. So that's what I'm seeing here. I see someone that has, didn't know what to do, but they integrated their lesson and they moved on and beyond. And I also see someone who can't get the lesson and they want to move on, but they can't go. So I feel like that's them, they can't move on possibly. And this whole connection is a huge lesson, and they know that. They're very aware. I also see that somebody has done somebody really wrong and they're trying to hide it too. And I see even though that this queen, her head is covered, she sees everything. She's bring me their head. Bring it to me, and this person is struggling to get up here just to bury it. They're not even going to use it. Whatever they took, whatever they went off and cheated on you with, they're not even trying to be in that relationship. They're just trying to hide it and bury it and act like it didn't happen. Yeah, that's how they feel. They feel like they're a thief. They feel like, They need to hide these things about them. They don't want other people to know it about them. We have the king, I want to say king coin. This is a knight of coins. So, ooh, now I'm seeing Game of Thrones. I'm seeing the Game of Thrones, and I'm seeing what's his name? The Hound. And how when Joffrey got bit by one of the dogs, and he also got, I think he got cut or something by the butcher boy, and the Hound had to go out and find the butcher boy and kill him, hunt him down. This little boy, he was 10 years old or something. And yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And so there's this energy, this person feels like you are out for blood. You have cut them off. You're on your own. Treason. What is it? You apologize, but it's still treason. I'm hearing Nicki Minaj, okay? When she says that. So this person could have apologized. They could, they know that even if they did apologize, this is treason. Okay? That's how they feel towards you. And they know with the Knight of Coins, this is the thing. And this is it's agony I'm hearing. They know that they've done you wrong and you're out for blood. And you could be the one that's doing witchcraft, or, rightfully so. They know that they're your ancestors, they're your guides, whatever you work with is coming for them. I honestly feel like nobody is helping this person at this point. On their end as well. And it might be taking some time, but they know that head will get chopped off. They're going to get to the block. They know that where you stand on this throne, where you sit on, and who's surrounded by you, you have people that are going to do the work for you. You have those goons. Okay? That will come after them no matter what. Even if it takes them some time, it will happen. They feel hunted down. I don't know. They feel like you're hunting them down. They also feel like it's agony. Look, Page of Coins. Now the treasure has been hunted, the treasure has been found. Right? They were burying it. They sent people out to get, you sent people out to hunt them down and to get whatever they took from you, whether it was your dignity, whether it was your confidence, whether it was actual material things, money, whether it was, you're getting it back. Now you found it. There's something, they understand that you found what it was that they took. Whatever it took. So, even if they took advantage of your love by cheating on you, doing you wrong, lying on you, stealing from you, you found it. Because it was never really taken. They thought that they could take something that was yours. I did mention destiny swapping. I feel like that's coming up. This would be the pile that is the destiny swap. So they know that eventually you are going to have their head. You're going to get your blood. You're going to have you're going to have it. You're in a whole other ball game. I'm hearing now. It has switched up, and they see that, they feel that from you, and you're going to get everything back. You're going to hunt them down, and you're going to get everything back from that they took, whether it would be your confidence, your spirit. Some of you guys have been cheated on by this person. Some of you people have been betrayed, and you feel like somebody took your identity, took your destiny. But there's a new, you're angry. Trust that it's going to happen. They know it's going to happen. Okay? Because again, people like this, they watch and they study. And even though they know they can't come towards you, they know that you have been restored. in some type of way. And it's only a matter of time that their head is chopped off and you get back what they took, what they thought they took from you. We have the Temperance. You're completely okay with everything that's going on. You're okay with how everything is. There has been acceptance here. This is why I made this video. I've been saying it at the end of every pile, but this is why I wanted to do this video, to really help those that have felt wronged, that feel like they've been plotted against, like people are scheming, doing things behind closed doors, and so that you can have an understanding of really what's happening, what has happened, and move accordingly. Okay? And this is about acceptance. You have accepted this. You're ready to really fully move on from this. Know that this person is going to get theirs. It might be taking some time. It might be taking some time. And this is why we're going to look and see what's going on behind closed doors with them. What is going on with their life? Because it feels like you're just waiting there to get it. And little by little, you're getting it back, what they stole, but you want them. You want that head. You want that head, yo. Okay, Page of Swords. They're spying on you. They could be trying to have conversation. So let's get into that. That energy is already trickling in. But how they feel about you is that they got to watch you from afar. Do you see this person? They are watching them from afar. Okay. They are watching from afar with like one of those binocular thingies. Okay. But yeah. And they just kind of like, they're sorry. They miss you. I just feel like this person's kind of like, yeah, let's get into it behind closed doors. That's what I'm feeling. But for sure, they know that you're gonna have it all back, and their head. They know that you're gonna be the one to end them. So what did I use? Okay, yeah, I used this. Let's get into what's happening behind closed doors in their personal life. Okay, so let me just get these, because I don't like to have a lot of cards here. Okay, but that's what's going on. That's how they're currently feeling about you. Okay. They feel like you're good. You're getting your shit back. I'm hearing, you know how Stella gets her groove back. Like, you're getting your groove back. You're regaining everything that they took from you that they couldn't really take. Okay. Destiny swapping. Tune in to the destiny swapping curse breaker that I'm doing at the end of this month on January 31st. On January 31st. Okay, but let's see what's going on behind closed doors with this person. Okay, arguments. They're in arguments. Hold on. Ooh, they're in fights. They are fighting with whoever they're with, whoever they're around. Again, there's the Hierophant. Let's see what's going on behind closed doors. Okay, someone's taking advantage of them with their money. Their money is being taken advantage of. Okay, that's the first thing that's coming up here. But actually, the first thing that's coming up here is the arguments. This person is in constant arguments with someone. There's no resolve here, and a lot of these things are just like unnecessary. They're dealing with someone who's really chaotic. They're in arguments, you know, multiple people jumping in. This could also be like, there's a lot of chaos being kind of like, I'm seeing dust, like when someone like moves things around, and then like, it's like, you know, when the dust settles and then something moves it again, it just gets into the air or something. Like, that's what I'm seeing. And so I feel like things settled, right? And this person felt like it was peaceful, but now it's getting riled up again, because it's never resolved. No one's really dusting. No one's really cleaning up their shit. That's what I'm feeling. No one's really like doing the work. is what I want to say. So this could be a relationship. Obviously, these are people arguing, you know, they're arguing a lot with somebody. Okay, this could be someone that they decided to commit to. And I'm hearing like they decided to commit to this person besides committing to you. They decided to betray you, cheat on you, and go into another relationship and commit to them. And now they are in arguments and just like it's unnecessary. At the end of the day, it just feels like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? I'm hearing. Why? And it's like, you wanted to be there. That's why. That's what you would say to this person. Because you chose it. You know, this is why, and you understood what it was from the start. That's the thing. Okay, because also, like, there's also a third party kind of energy, but there's only two people here, right? Five of Swords is always a third party kind of card, but there's only two people here. It's usually a third person. There's goons all around these motherfuckers. Your goons, probably. I don't know. But what I'm feeling here is like you're gone, you know, and they could be having arguments about you. They could be, you know, definitely there are arguments about you, but there's also other things that also feel like, God, why am I here? Why is this even happening? Why did this even happen? Like, why did they even do this? Why did they even bring that up? Why are they even acting like this? They're in a lot of like, drama. That's what I want to say, drama with someone that they decided to commit to. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. This person is unsatisfied. They want to leave this connection. Again, this person, there's a person that's taking their money. Like, this person could be a person that has a lot of money, has a lot of resources. They're naturally kind of generous with their money or with their resources, with their home, with their car, with their food, with like their presence, with their affection. They could be very generous, and there's somebody that is taking advantage of them that really doesn't really care for this person. Okay, so let's get some more energy on here. What's going on with this Two of Wands, with what's happening behind closed doors? What is this Two of Wands? Movement. This person might need to move. This person might feel like they might need to possibly break up with this person and move away from this person. Okay, that's taking advantage of them, causing arguments, drama, headache kind of energy. What is this Two of Pentacles energy happening behind closed doors? Let's see. Strength. Person is needing to have a lot of strength. You know, they're frustrated. It's been coming out a lot. They're in pain too. So I feel like, you know, Two of Pentacles is about choices. The twos are always about choices, balance. This has to do possibly about like their priorities. They kind of have to toughen up now. I think they kind of made a choice that made things hard for themselves. They might have felt like this was like going to be the easy way. You know, instead of dealing with all the shit that they did to you, it's just going to be easy going over here. You know, that's what I felt like. It's going to be easier going over here and doing stuff over here. But it was actually like a poor decision, because now their priorities are all out of whack. Their shit is all out of whack. And it's causing them a lot of pain, honestly. They're becoming illuminated, you know. What is this Five of Swords energy? Five of Swords energy. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Fighting. Both fighting cards came out. All we need is the Seven of Wands here. Good. Caution. It is really weird. Like, I feel like you could have warned this person. Let me turn off my heater because I'm burning. My legs are burning. This person is in hot water. They're in the hot seat. They're finally feeling the burn about all the shit that you told them, because this is caution. They could have been cautioned by their guides. That's why I feel like their guides are not even with them. Their ancestors are not even with them. They could have been really warned about these people or about this person, because the Five of Wands could be a lot of people. But they were warned, you could have warned them out of love, you know, out of love. And out of love, you stepped away. Right when I said that, space. Out of love, you know, there was this one situation where I felt like I saw this person getting involved with someone, and little, like, I kind of let them know I didn't want to overstep. Also, I was being heavily guided by my guides to just let this person do and make their own decisions, right? So I wasn't trying to do too much because my guides were like, hey, let them do what they want to do. They're learning something right now. And I kind of like just knew that this was not going to be the decision for them. You know, that it's not going to be a good decision. But my guys were kind of revealing to me that letting them do this is love, because it's time for them to understand about their decision makings, to get their priorities straight, their priorities, nobody else's priorities, but their priorities in a row. So I feel like this person is kind of like codependent, maybe financially codependent, or someone's financially codependent on them. That's what's going on with them. And you kind of stepped away, gave them space. So I feel like they're feeling the space. It's empty. They're wondering where the love is, because all they see is like they're becoming illuminated right now. You know, with the arguments, with the being taken advantage of, with things being all over the place, the want to, there's no love, there's no passion. The want to kind of like, there's no sweetness here. Ooh, wow. What the fuck was that? Hold on. Card flew. There's no sweetness. There's no love. You know, they don't understand how this is going to work out. A lot of mystery. Okay. So let's see. Let's just get some other things. What's going on here? What's going on here? We have frying pan, trouble, accusations. People are accusing them of certain things. Like, did you really do this? Like, they're having arguments about you. They're in trouble. You know, it's getting hot. Frying pan. Like, it's getting too hot in the kitchen. That's what I'm like. If you can't handle the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen. That's what I'm hearing. And they can't handle the heat. Romance is in the air. So this could be a romantic situation that they're having issues with. Okay. Secret admirer. I do really feel like behind closed door, they are like in love with you. They're looking into you. You know, this is someone who is really spying on you. Okay. And you don't want to have anything to do with them. They could, like their career is kind of going down. Like I feel like they're having trouble possibly in their career. Yeah, I feel like they're having trouble with their career. Hard work ahead, you know. We have hard work ahead. We also have indecisive, allowing your life to ramble. I feel like they made a decision that affected their career. They could have been, what does it say? Good advice from a wise person. There could have been, like I said, you could have been trying to give them on the low, like some advice. You could have really been trying to give them advice, that Hierophant energy that I was feeling in the beginning. You know, and it's now time to act, because I feel like this person feels like they're indecisive about their life, about the work that they have to do, about this situation that they're in, what they've caused. You know, it says allowing life to ramble aimlessly. This person is just rambling aimlessly, you know, around. Meeting with a stranger could be important. So this person could be going out to meet new people. That's what they're doing. You know, they might feel like that's important for them to do, is to get out there and to possibly start over with somebody new. They are moving away from this person. Okay. So let's see if they are plotting against you, scheming behind closed doors against you. Okay. Let's see. What are they doing behind closed doors? Are they trying to interfere, influence in any type of way? Let me get a good shuffle here. Hold on. Let's see. I also feel like this person they could be trying to, with this stranger, because I'm hearing, hey, stranger, hi. Like, this person could be trying to possibly move in your direction, meet up with you, like randomly you guys bump into each other, you know, randomly. But I do feel like this person is like kind of like watching you, trying to see where your whereabouts are. Stalker kind of energy, really, is what I'm feeling here. Okay, Six of Swords, Chariot, yeah, movement, Hierophant. See if they're doing anything. Yeah, everything is in their, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let me see here. Two of Pentacles, of course, Hierophant. You know, same cards come out. So funny. I feel like if there is anything, they could be trying to attack a masculine in your life. If there is anything. It could be heavily affecting a masculine in your life, like a relationship. They could be trying to cause drama, you know, to come. I don't necessarily know if there is any kind of witchcraft. I'm going to get into it. Let me just see. But what I'm feeling here is like what they're plotting is to meet up with you. Like what I was already picking up on that with the Six of Swords, Chariot, like, you know, they're really trying to move towards you. You know, there's this energy of time, like letting time pass. So this person might feel like, oh, I'm just going to let time pass, let it die down, like the dust settling, right? I just kind of want the waves, the water to kind of settle and become more calm. And then I'll make my way over there. And there's like that. Like this is the type of person that feels like if time can pass, then maybe whatever has happened can pass, you know? Not gonna happen. You want that head. Okay, like, and I feel like this person really is hoping that they can stay away, hide what they did, right? Wait for the waves to kind of settle down. If anything, that's really the only option that they can. I feel like there is a judgment here, so I feel like their guides are like letting them know that they gotta kind of like repent. I don't know. There's that energy. I'm seeing Catholic shit. You know, they've sinned in your eyes. You know, they feel that they've sinned. So I feel like what they're plotting is to try to show their commitment to you in a way. To show how committed they are to you in a way, and how, you know, they are loyal, but they're not, right? They're not loyal. Because there's treason here. So all of this is to benefit themselves. This person, the way they're moving, it might come off as generous. This person might make generous offers with the Queen of Pentacles. This is what they're plotting to do, okay? What they're scheming to do, because this is their way to kind of like apologize or to have redemption, you know? But the thing is that this is all for them. They feel like they got themselves in a mess. They thought the grass was greener on the other side. And you know what? I'm seeing this thing that somebody told me the other day, where it's like somebody saw, this might be relevant. Somebody saw, like, she was like telling me like, okay, so there's one husband and there's another husband. They live next door to each other. You cut your grass, right? The husband cuts the grass every day or every week and keeps the garden, that yard looking nice. Now, in the other house with the other husband, there's the wife that doesn't, you know, her grass don't get cut. Her house is looking shabby as fuck, right? And the wife saw what it would look like over there, right? And so you go over there or something. I don't know what the fuck she was trying to say, but she was trying to say like the husband ended up going over to the shabby, right? And started like to the shabby yard and started cutting the grass over there because the other husband wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing, right? So it almost feels like this person kind of abandoned their own household or their yard, their responsibility. They abandoned their responsibility to you, right? Is what I'm getting at. And saw that, somebody lured them in because their grass wasn't getting cut. They weren't being taken care of. They weren't taking care of themselves and wanted this person to kind of take care of them. And so this person kind of lured your person that we're looking into their shabby ass fucking yard. And they got caught up with cutting grass over there and doing the work over there in somebody else's, and they feel used. They feel kind of taken advantage of. And they didn't even know really what was over there. They thought like, oh yeah, I'll go over there and I'll abandon my responsibilities and abandon this person and fuck them over, right? Take all the stuff that I have here that I built with this person, take it over there. And there's this energy of them seeing what it was really like over there. Why the grass wasn't kept. Why the other husband didn't give a fuck about that house. Why the other husband didn't give a fuck about that yard and wasn't cutting it because the bitch was crazy, right? So that's what this whole story that this person was telling me about. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting, But I'm seeing it here. I see it here. So it's like, this is all for them to try to come back, let time settle, come back into your, good graces and try to show how committed and loyal that they are. And they feel like this is going to get themselves back on track with the Two of Pentacles. This is going to get their priorities straight. No. Because this is all for them. It's not really about saying sorry. It's just trying to be loyal to themselves. They know that they were fucking with the queen. They know they were with that Queen of Swords that don't play. She don't play about hers. She don't play about... In the moment that you reveal that you are not hers, give me your head. She's gonna take you out. And so it just feels better. Like, if you can't beat them, let's join them. Let me try to join them kind of energy. So this person is plotting to try to get back in your good graces so that they can have success with you. If there is anything, they're trying to remove a masculine. If there's anything, they are trying to remove a masculine from your life. And it doesn't have to be a man. It could be someone who is like just masculine. Okay. But it could be a man. They might be trying to take out a masculine energy so they can slip in and be that masculine for you. Okay. So let's just see what else. Let's see what they're plotting. Is there any witchcraft going on? Okay, hold on. Let me give it a good shuffle. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Cards are flying. Let me see. We have that one. What is this one? Okay. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Is there witchcraft? Abracadabra. I would probably say yes, but abracadabra means what I speak will come into manifestation. That's basically what it means, abracadabra. It means my words, what I speak will come into existence. It will manifest, okay? Treasured memories. I really do feel like this person is really using visualization. If there's anything, there's like this, they're visualizing a successful outcome with you. They are visualizing a successful outcome with you. Okay, let's get some more information here. Treasured memories. They're thinking about all the good memories, all the good energy. So like you might have had some moments recently where you're feeling like you're really missing them. I'm picking that up. Like you're missing them. You feel sad and you miss them. They're in deep thought about you. Good. They're thinking good things about you. Rose garden. You definitely want to get into your rose garden. Okay. Let's see here. Keys on the trees. Okay, let me get two more here and let's read this. Okay, let's read it. Under my umbrella, ella, ella, eh, eh, eh. I don't know why that song's coming up. Under my umbrella. Okay. I remember the homes I was talking about. I just feel like this person is trying to get into somebody's home, like get into your space, your life, where they don't belong. They have now another responsibility that they got to deal with, you know, that they got to correct. Whether that responsibility is really themselves, their priorities seem like they're out of whack. Like their priorities should not be, oh, I'm going to try to slip back in and like wait for things to, you know, be better so I can get back into their good graces. It should be that they should be tending to their own shit. But that's what they're plotting. I'm not really feeling like any strong magic on you, but let's see if they have any magic on somebody else. I just feel like they kind of want, you know, like, what's that song? It's like Umbrella Ella from Rihanna. And she's talking about like shining together, you know, and needing, like, being the umbrella when things are like raining down on somebody. So it could be that they want to be there for you in case something ever happens, is what I'm feeling. Keys on the trees. I just feel like this person is wanting to, I feel like if they are doing anything, they want to kind of like create an opportunity where you need them. That's where I'm feeling like, to be there when you need them, or create an opportunity, you know. That's what I'm feeling here. See here, red garden. I was just looking at the rose garden and then this comes up. Red, and I'm feeling very much Lilith. There could be like a rebellion kind of energy. You might feel very rebellious in your relationship if you are currently in a relationship. You could feel like you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody with the red garden. With this garden, queen bee energy here. There could be like, what I'm feeling here is like you could feel the want to like maybe seek outside of your relationship. There could be like two different energies that you might want to experience, or like maybe step out of your relationship. Yeah, new directions. They could be wanting you to step out of your relationship with them or with a new partner. They feel like your partner is what keeps things on lock. That's what I'm feeling. It feels like your partner with this elephant could be really reminding you, because what I'm feeling is like there could have been really good memories between you and them, and your partner or your friend or your family, whoever this is that they want to kind of remove, keeps it on lock about how this person is. They're very truthful about it. That maybe if this person wasn't around, you would be more lenient to bringing this person back in. Again, dream magic. This person might, I say again because this came up in one of the other piles. I'll let you figure it out. Maybe you need to go watch another one. Art of seduction. This person is definitely either doing dream magic where they're trying to get in on your dreams, doing like visualization, visualizing you in a good scenario will, and going to bed. Like this person could be dreaming about having a good situation with you, or thinking about the old times, or recreating old times with you, right? That's just dreaming. When you go into a journey, when you sit there and you visualize, that's just an active kind of like lucid dream that you're having, you're creating, especially if you're good at visualization. This person could be doing that before bedtime, or they're doing it so much that it enters into your dreams. So you could be dreaming about this person and then it could be making you feel a certain way. They could also be thinking negative things about your partner, because that's coming up, where like you might be having dreams about your partner cheating on you, or you're cheating on them, like being seduced. You're also having dreams about this person where you're being seduced by them. into like being with them again. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. They want to stop some type of garden growing. You know, and I was thinking of Adam and Eve too. When I saw the first garden card, we have bloom, we have red garden, we have like, you know, and I just feel like we have pollination with the bees. It's like, I just feel like they want to stop something from growing and expanding in your life. It could be a relationship. Definitely. And I don't think most of them are not, like, they're observing. They're really heavily looking in on your life, and they kind of want to stop something from blooming. It could be them trying to attack, and maybe they are, by just visualizing what happened in your relationship, what happened in, you know, the relationship that you're currently in, or whatever. They're observing, and it's creating an effect in some type of way. Okay, let's see how it is creating an effect in your life. We already know what they're doing, but I just need more information. Like, how is this affecting? How is this like manifesting? Because, you know, this is all thought. Like I said in one of the other piles, like that's all witchcraft is. It's thought. It's thought form manifested into the physical. And when we're unaware, and most of the time we don't really know exactly how it's going to manifest, right? When we have these thoughts that we're trying to create, right? So this will manifest in some type of way. Let's just see how it is. Ten of Cups. Or like what I'm saying is like how is this manifesting? Okay, so there's lessons. There could be heavy lessons here. There could be this is very heavily your energy. You could feel the need to cut somebody off. You could feel the need to like want to maybe exit out of a connection. You might feel like controlled, or there could be lots of toxic like behaviors kind of showing up either in yours or your current relationships. Okay. Like just toxic behaviors. It could be arguments happening in your life. The need to want to walk away from something that you've put a lot of energy into. I do want to highlight, there could be things that you need to analyze about your current relationship, but this is a huge lesson here that if you can integrate these lessons, like there could be a Ten of Cups situation here. And I think that's why this person tries to go after like masculine energies or your romantic relationship, because they know that this is destined, either for the person that you're with or that you're just destined to have this with someone. But it can show up as, this is definitely being sent energetically. This is not something that they're doing currently in your life, but you are seeing the effect in arguments that you're having, possibly with your significant other, your friends, or your family members, whoever they're trying to remove and they don't want around, because it'd be easier to get into your garden, back into your life that way if they were gone. So the whole thing is to get this person away from you so that you're more vulnerable and that you need them. You need their help, or you need them, you know, in some type of way. You miss them, you know, and it doesn't really matter what they did, because there's some type of codependency to make you feel like you are codependent and you're in need with the devil. Okay, so that's how it could be manifesting. You could be having a lot of arguments because of this person, what they're scheming and plotting behind closed doors. So my advice is to always like look at the lesson. What are you learning? What are you learning in this connection here? And to start integrating it. If it does end in you walking away from something, then it was meant to be. But to stay in alignment with what this person has done. Know that this person wants you to be alone so they can come back to you, so that you could accept them back in. You're not going to accept them with this person in your life or with these people that are masculine, which when we think of masculine energy, they're like a protective force. This person could be very protective over you, protective over the garden that you guys are growing together. So I do feel like there could be some arguments coming up. There could be some toxic behaviors that need to be healed within this connection. And so if this is something that you want to be in, that you feel, because it does feel like you could have a 10 of cups with this current person that you're in, I would just look at this as these problems are not necessarily, they could be fixed if your partner is willing to fix them. And if they're not willing to fix them, that doesn't mean that you have to go back into another toxic situation with someone. It doesn't mean that you have to, now things change, you know. But it also just kind of feels like these are things that need to be dealt with in you and in your partner and in the relationship. These are things that need to be dealt with. So that's the thing. Witchcraft, whether somebody's going to the altar or they're just talking to themselves and envisioning you in a certain way, magic moves through the most easiest avenue. So these things that are coming up to the surface are things that need to be, is always going to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with. And that's what magic does. It brings things up to the surface. Okay? So this needed to be dealt with in your relationship, regardless if this person was, you know, doing it or not. That's what you have to keep in mind. So it's not necessarily them causing things, it's just moving things up to the surface so they can create a reaction. And so that's what a smart magician understands. Somebody who practices magic and knows that magic is being thrown around everywhere, consciously and unconsciously. But it's knowing how to move with the pendulum, okay? To know the principle of rhythm, okay? There's a way around this, and to understand it, the lesson is there for you to integrate. And in order to integrate these lessons, now we're talking about a relationship. It could be maybe certain things are being revealed that is toxic, that does need to be healed, you know. All there is there is action to be taken. Okay, you know, and you might want to run off. I would consider, can this relationship, these issues in the relationship be healed? Can they be healed? Can they be worked on? Do I really need to walk away from this connection, or cut off, or be an argument? Like, can it be a conversation of love? Can we tackle the problem in the relationship versus attacking your person or feeling attacked by them? That's what I want to say. And I did this reading. I know I think I already said it. I'm doing this reading to create acceptance in toxic relationships. I don't feel like this relationship that you're currently in is toxic. I feel like there are toxic traits within you and within your person, if this is a romantic person or a friendship. And that can be healed. So I did this to create acceptance so that we can truly move away from toxic relationships. And this person is trying to come back in by causing havoc and hitting you where your weak spots are. Okay? So that's that. Okay? I'm going to leave it there. Hit up the Etsy or the Stan store if you want to book services with me. Okay? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.